My name is Dave Michels. I am the, what we say, principal analyst at Talking Points. I've been in comms my entire career. Got a master's degree in telecom, but believe it or not, went through the IT path, networking path. Some point, I ended up owning a Michels dealership, and I ended up selling that. When that was over, I just started blogging and tweeting, and that was the right time. And that was back when Twitter was cool and sexy, and blogs were all the rage. That allowed me to get an audience, and before I knew it, I was, being invited to events and invited to speak and say, well, this is what I want to do. I live for this stuff. Talking Points with a Z on the end is about communications, enabling communications, and of course talking about communications. I publish a lot of stuff. I publish on various websites. I publish my own research notes and whatnot. I do speaking engagements. I do white papers. I do the typical things that analysts do. I also publish a monthly report that I call the Insider Report. It's a paywall product. It tends to be about 10 pages. So our goal right so far has been to make it highly skimmable. Basically, it comes out the first week of every month. It is a recap of the previous month. The one that comes out in August is a recap of what happened in July. Not just a summary of what you may have missed, but why it is important and why not. I was talking to the SCTC, and we agreed that I would provide the 12 monthly insiders to all SCTC members. And so we made that a benefit of SCTC. I give one person a membership, currently it's Steve Layden, and then he manually forwards it, and it usually goes out within 24 hours after he receives it. It starts off with a featured story, so that's usually a one-page blog about some major news event. We've covered major layoffs in the industry. Then the next section is just this general news. It might be some invention that happened. It might be some headlines, some FCC type related news. Just, it didn't really fit in any of the other categories. Then comes the AI news, typically dominated by OpenAI, Google Gemini. There are some announcements from Zoom and RingCentral. It's really covering AI from a comms perspective, an enterprise comms perspective. After that comes meetings and AV. And so specifically around meeting room technologies. We just did a deep dive on MDEP, which is the Microsoft operating system, Android operating system. There's just all these vendors that are in that meeting room ecosystem, and that's expanding into broader AV. And so we're getting into digital signage, we're getting into outdoor screens and stuff like that. The next section is customer experience, which used to be called CCaaS, but of course it's CX like everything else. And so this is very focused on formerly CCaaS type vendors. The next section is UC and messaging. So UC as in telephony, messaging as in things like Slack and whatnot, trying to cover those announcements in that one category. The next section is business section. That's usually got M&As in there and maybe fundraising activities that took place. Then is leadership changes. This is my favorite section. Who's come and gone from what employer. Generally focus only on senior level executives and even analysts. And so we just had an analyst change roles. And then at the end, it's Goodreads. Every month I read a lot of stuff on the web, and I collect stuff that I don't really have an opinion on, but I think you should read it. And so there's usually about 10 to 20 good reads that with a little bit of a summary there of why they've been curated. It's also got a collection of links of other Talking Points content, media posts, etc. that have gone out. It's hard to stay current. Not only is it kind of a summary of what was important of the month, but curated. I don't cover everything that happened in the month, and opinionated. This was good, this was bad. I love it, by the way, when SCTC people call me up and say I got something right or got something wrong, or they want to argue about something. I love that, and it's one of the reasons why I provided to the SCTC. I respect so many of those people, and I really want them to engage and interact. I even love it more when they call me in advance and say, "Did you see this announcement? And this is why it's important."